and welcome to 53 in Maine. I'm Shelley Crenshaw.
And I'm Robert Lewis Sr.
Hey, Robert, thank you so much for sitting in with me today.
Thanks for having me.
You know what? I'm excited because we are thinking spring. And with the warm weather comes March Madness in the NCAA basketball playoffs, spring gardening, and of course, colorful spring beauty tips. And you know what? Spring has sprung. And if you don't have a green thumb, our own Laurel Conrad visits Oakland nurseries and gets tips from an expert on how to grow a colorful garden this spring.
Wow. And if you want to look pretty in that garden of yours, well, hear from a Columbus makeup artist who will show you some of the hottest beauty trends for this spring.
You know, I'm looking forward to that.
I think we should get started.
I think we should get started for sure. Every few years, March Madness kicks off here in Ohio.
One of the stops on that long road to the Final Four is right here in Columbus, Ohio. Several of the games we played this weekend, so our own Kevin Gordon and Laura Conrad, they hit the streets to hear from some of the fans who they think will be in the Final Four.
Hi, this is Kevin Gordon for 53 in Maine. We're here in front of Nationwide Arena for the second round of the men's NCAA basketball tournament. And we're here to ask, who do you think will make it in the end? Will it be your team? And do you think Kentucky has what it takes to make it all the way to the championship?
I have Duke, Wisconsin, a lot of the #1 teams, Virginia, and Kentucky.
We're going to go Kentucky, Arizona, Virginia, and Duke.
I have Kentucky, Virginia, Wisconsin, and Gonzaga.
Who do you, in the end, see winning it all?
Kentucky. You know, I'd like to see my Mountaineers do it, but, you know, Fleet 16 go up against, but you never know.
And who do you actually want to win this entire tournament?
Anybody but Kentucky.
Speaking of Kentucky, since they're the juggernaut in this tournament, do you think they have what it takes to just go all the way?
No, absolutely. I hate them.
So, Shell, you got anybody in the tournament this year? You like basketball?
I do like basketball, and I think I'm going to root for Duke because I really don't know anybody else who's playing. So,
Well, that's a good choice. Duke is a safe bet. And switching from playing on the court to playing in the garden. Now that the cold weather has finally moved on, all of you garden enthusiasts can finally head outside and start working those beautiful gardens you have.
absolutely. You know what? Our own Laurel Conrad headed out to Oakland nurseries. I'm telling you, Laurel is all over the place.
She is.
You know what? And she spoke to an expert to find out what you need to know to grow that perfect spring garden.
Thanks, Shelley. I'm here with Genevieve Mills. She's the COO here at Oakland Nursery, and we're just going to ask a couple questions and hopefully get some tips for gardening for spring. Thank you for being here, Genevieve.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for coming out to visit us.
What gardening tips do you have for maybe some first-time gardeners?
At this point, what we tell people to do is that they can put out some hardy annuals and they can start planting their cool weather crops. So hardy annuals are things like petunias. They do really well in with frost or snow. So, you know, we had snow a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Didn't bother them at all. They'll pop right back up. These are another really good perennial for the spring, and they're really easy, called Lenten Rose. They're also one of the first things to bloom. If you're a new gardener and want to get started on things, is some really basic vegetable gardens. You can do some seed starting inside and let them grow up, and then by the time they're seedlings, you can plant them in the warmer weather in May.
Is your business starting to pick up? Is it starting to become your busy season?
Yes, this is definitely when we do a lot of our sales. People are really excited after our long cold winter to come in and get a breath of spring and start planting and getting their yards set up. So it's definitely, this is the start of our busy season, and it will go pretty much through July at full speed.
This is a very pretty, colorful plant. What is it exactly?
This is a hydrangea. This one right here is actually a forced hydrangea, so it's an indoor plant. But hydrangeas are perennial shrubs that you can plant outdoors. They're really dramatic. They come in shades from white to pink to purple to blue.
And if you just want to plant a really colorful garden, what plants do you suggest buying?
We recommend perennials for a lot of folks that are sort of new to gardening because they're very low maintenance. All you have to do is plant them and then usually cut them back in the fall. And then the other thing we recommend is supplementing those perennials with annuals. So geraniums, petunias, those plants that you get in the flats that kind of come in and, you know, a whole bunch of little tiny ones.
And speaking of perennials, believe it or not, I actually called my dad right before we started this interview. And he's a big gardener. He wanted me to pick up some perennials for him. What are some popular perennials that you suggest?
Things that do well here in Central Ohio are catmint, salvia, coneflowers. Black-eyed Susans are really pretty. They come in shades from yellow to red. They're another really good option, and those are all things that do really well in Central Ohio.
This year is your 75th anniversary.
Correct.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Do you have anything special planned?
We've got a whole slew of things going on all year long. We've got contests and giveaways we're doing throughout the year. A lot of them are linked to our Facebook page, so that's how you can find out about them.
Thank you for your time, Genevieve. I really appreciate that. If you want to learn more about Oakland Nurseries, you can either visit our website or Oakland Nurseries website or their Facebook page. And back to you, Shelley.
And those colors are absolutely beautiful. It's something about color that just brings life to spring, you know?
You know what? Absolutely true. I love that piece. I love the flowers. I love the colors. And speaking of colors, I met up with a Columbus makeup artist who shares beauty tips for spring. She'll show us, what colors will pop and what colors are hot for the lips, eyes, and complexion this spring. Hey everybody, I'm over at the OCB TV studios and I have Kat Epneris here, and she's actually a Columbus area makeup artist and cosmetologist, and she's going to talk to us today about spring beauty trends. Hey Kat, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much, Shelley. I really appreciate it.
So what is hot for the spring? Now I know in fashion the colors change in clothing. Does it change in makeup as well?
It does, and a lot of times makeup companies and makeup artists are working with the designers so they kind of coincide together. This season, it's all about fresh, beautiful skin, adding some fun, bright colors, but it's just really being really young and fun and playful at any age.
We've got two young, beautiful, fun, and playful models here. We've got Asia and we've got Joe. So let's talk about what you did for them.
For Asia, I just wanted to do a fun, bold lip. Bold lips are really in right now, so we actually did a really fun, bright orange color.
That's pretty.
And then to soften it up a little bit, I did a hot pink gloss. A lot of times people don't think to go in an opposite color, but it just is really fun. It gives that kind of pinky coral color, but very soft on her eyes and her cheeks. The nice thing about doing a bold lip is that it's a really easy, quick makeup.
Yeah.
You just throw on some eyeliner, mascara, a little blush, a bold lip, and you're done. And you still look very polished and done for the day.
She looks really good, and I love that color, and plus she's got beautiful skin. So
she's got flawless skin.
Absolutely. And Joe, she's just as pretty as well. I love that gloss she has on. I love that color.
Yes, it's just really soft and natural, and since we're not going to do a bold lip, we just wanted something soft. But for Joe, a lot of times through the winter seasons, we all lose a little color, so everyone gets super excited to bronze in the spring and summer. I think sometimes people over bronze a little bit, but that's okay. So I always tap off my brush when I'm going to use it. And a little cheat sheet for bronzing is to do a 3 and an E. So we're just going to go right around. And if you think where the sun would hit you, if you were to get burnt, your nose, your forehead, your cheeks, your chin, that is where you want to hit. You don't want it to look like you have bronzer. You want it to look like you just got back from vacation.
Oh, we love that. I wish I just got back from vacation.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this. You talked about you don't want it to look too much or give look kind of like a clown. Sometimes women will do a heavy eye, a heavy lip, and it's just way too much. Is there any don'ts in makeup?
I don't really think there's a lot of don'ts. I think if you feel beautiful, then that's perfect. That's what you should do. I do think I like to pick one focus point. For Asia, we picked a lip.
Right.
For Joe, we're picking her skin.
Yeah.
So everything else is going to be really soft. I like to pick just one thing to focus on. Another thing, I personally don't like to use sponges.
Why? I just bought some sponges.
Well, you know what? There's a couple reasons. One, in order for it to actually be hygienic, you basically have to use a new sponge every day.
Okay.
And two, it just sucks up so much of your product. And I feel like it's such a waste. You're wasting your money. You're throwing it out.
Expensive.
It is. It really is. I mean, foundation isn't cheap to begin with.
Right.
So if you keep wasting it that way, you're going to waste half your bottle. So I either use brushes, and if you don't want to use brushes, I like to use my hands. Just make sure your hands are clean.
And it's free.
Exactly. You were born with these 10 tools, so you can use them.
I love that. So you seem to be pretty knowledgeable about this. How long have you been doing makeup and hair?
I have been doing makeup and hair for over 10 years now. So quite a while. I've worked for some different companies. I've freelanced a lot. So just a little bit here and there. And it's all about trial and error. It's all about playing around. I really feel that anybody can wear anything. It's all a matter of how you do it.
What about if you do an orange lip with a red outfit? Does that work?
You know what? There aren't really those rules like they used to be that, if you wear orange, you have to wear orange to match. I do like to coordinate with something, but it doesn't mean it has to match. Maybe they do a peachy color, or like we did with Asia,
right.
Doing that pink gloss with it to soften it up a little bit. It doesn't have to match completely.
Okay, well, the girls look fantastic. You did a really great job, and thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today
Thank you very
about
much.
spring beauty trends. And we're going to head back over to the studio.
Hey, Shell, not bad. I see you got your eyes going, your lipstick. You don't even think you needed those beauty tips.
Oh, why, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's always fun with you here.
My pleasure.
And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
You can visit our website at www.53inmaine.com or visit us on Facebook.
See you next week.
Remain blessed.